There is a moment in life when things begin to look different. Not because the world suddenly changes, but because your perspective does. For many people, this moment doesn't arrive when they are young. It comes later. After years of working, raising families, meeting obligations, and navigating responsibilities. For decades, life often feels like a constant forward motion. School leads to work. Work leads to bills. Bills lead to more work. And during those years, there is rarely time to step back and ask deeper questions. Most people are simply trying to keep everything running. But eventually, something interesting happens. The pace of life begins to feel different. Not necessarily slower, just clearer. Things that once felt urgent begin to lose their intensity. Arguments that once seemed important no longer carry the same weight. The desire to impress others fades, and something unexpected takes its place. Perspective. Perspective is powerful, because once you see life from a wider view, many illusions disappear. You begin to understand that most people are simply figuring things out as they go. You realize that the pressure you once felt to keep up was often self-created. You start recognizing that success means different things to different people, and that realization creates space. Space to think. Space to question. Space to decide what actually matters now. For some people, this shift arrives after a major life event. For others, it arrives quietly. No dramatic moment, just a gradual realization that priorities are changing. Conversations change. Interests change. Even how you spend your time begins to change. Instead of chasing constant stimulation, you start appreciating calm environments. Instead of filling every hour with activity, you begin valuing moments of stillness. Instead of proving something to the world, you begin asking what brings genuine satisfaction. These shifts are subtle, but they are meaningful, because they signal the beginning of intentional living. Intentional living simply means making choices that align with what you truly value, not what others expect, not what trends suggest, but what actually improves your quality of life. And interestingly, many people discover that what improves their life is not complexity. It is clarity. Clarity about relationships. Clarity about finances. Clarity about where they want to spend their time. Once clarity appears, decision-making becomes easier. You no longer chase every opportunity. You choose the ones that align with your direction. You no longer worry about every opinion. You focus on what genuinely matters. And when you live that way long enough, something else begins to happen. Confidence grows. Not the loud kind, the quiet kind. The confidence that comes from understanding yourself. The confidence that comes from experience. The confidence that comes from seeing patterns repeat and knowing how to navigate them. This type of confidence is different from youthful ambition. It is steadier, more thoughtful, less reactive. It allows you to move through life with more patience, because you've learned that most things take time, and that rushing rarely improves outcomes. You've also learned that mistakes are not the end of the world. They are often the beginning of better decisions. This is why many people say that certain stages of life feel more balanced than earlier ones. Not easier, but more grounded. You've accumulated knowledge. You've developed resilience. You've seen enough to recognize what truly deserves your attention. And perhaps most importantly, you've learned that life is not a race. The timelines we compare ourselves to are often imaginary. Some people reach clarity early. Others reach it later. But when it arrives, it has the same effect. It simplifies things. Suddenly the path forward feels less complicated. Not because the world is simpler, but because you have become more selective. You know what deserves your energy and what does not. You know what environments support your well-being and which ones drain it. You know which relationships add meaning to your life and which ones create unnecessary tension. These realizations create a sense of calm direction. You are no longer reacting to every demand. You are choosing your direction intentionally. This is where life begins to feel different, more purposeful, more balanced, more aligned. And that alignment often leads people to explore new possibilities. Some begin traveling more. Some relocate to quieter places. Some focus on creative pursuits they once postponed. Others spend more time strengthening relationships that matter. There is no single correct path. But there is a common theme: awareness. Awareness of how precious time really is. Awareness that experiences often matter more than possessions. Awareness that peace of mind is one of life's greatest assets. And once you become aware of these things, your choices naturally reflect them. You become more protective of your time, more thoughtful about your commitments, more deliberate about how you design your days. Life may still contain responsibilities, but those responsibilities are balanced with intention. Instead of feeling pulled in every direction, you move forward with purpose. And that purpose brings a quiet sense of fulfillment. Not loud excitement we often associate with achievement, but a steady sense that life is moving in the right direction. That feeling is powerful, because it allows you to appreciate the present while still planning for the future. You stop feeling like life is something you must constantly chase. Instead, you begin living it, fully, thoughtfully, and with gratitude for the perspective you've gained along the way. Take a moment and reflect on your own journey. What lessons have time and experience taught you? What priorities have shifted? What environments support the person you are becoming? Sometimes the most meaningful progress in life is not visible from the outside. It happens quietly within, in the way you think, in the way you choose, in the way you move forward with greater awareness. And that awareness is one of life's greatest gifts. Because once you see clearly, you can design a life that truly reflects who you are. Thank you for spending this time with Island Mindset Studio. If this message resonated with you, take a moment to like the video and subscribe for more conversations about clarity, perspective, and intentional living. And if you know someone who might appreciate this reflection, share the video with them. Until next time, stay thoughtful, stay curious, and keep moving forward.